Now what's happening here? Control your mind. First of all, by breathing. Breathing is a very strange thing because breathing can be viewed both as an involuntary and as a voluntary action. You can feel I breathe, and yet you can feel it breathes me. And they have all sorts of fancy breathing ways in yoga. They are very amusing to practice because you can get very high on them. So they set you at these tricks. And of course, if you are bright, you may begin to realize some things at that point. If you're not very bright, then you'll have to go on. And so next they really get to work on concentration. Concentrate the mind on one point. Now this can be an absolutely fascinating undertaking. I suggest that you try it this way if you want to make experiments. Select a highlight on some bright, some polished surface, copper or glass or something, where there's a little tiny reflection, say of a candle or an electric light bulb. Look at it and put your eyes out of focus so that the bright spot appears to be fuzzy. A fuzzy circle. Now look very carefully at the design in the fuzzy circle and see if you can make it out. There is a definite pattern of blur, and you can have a wonderful time looking at that.
Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, a friend of mine, a man who has really done things in the last...
Now, the man who is the Crown Prince, for those of you who do not know, is... he's got Tourette's, and it's mostly in like a neck facial movement. It goes around and up, and you'll see it. Tourette's, for those of you who don't understand, in body language, so if someone has Tourette's and they're stressed, you'll see it a whole lot more. When they're relaxed, you won't see it that much. As a matter of fact, you may actually miss it as a Tourette's because it may happen only once, depending on how much time you spend with the individual.
5 years in terms of opening up Saudi Arabia, and I think especially what you've done for women. I'm seeing what's happening.
That little movement with the bottom jaw, you saw part of his Tourette's, and his agreement with the whole women thing. Apparently that gives him stress. And he does, for the record, get bashed a lot for his liberal views on letting women have rights, which I find weird.
It's like a revolution in a very positive way, and I want to just thank you on behalf of a lot of people, and I want to congratulate you. You've done really a spectacular job. We've had some meetings on trade and economic development and on the military, of course, and the meetings have been really terrific. As you know, Saudi Arabia is a big purchaser of American products and especially of American military equipment. We make the best in the world by far, and we appreciate that they do. They create at least 1 million jobs are created by the purchases made by Saudi Arabia. So
there's a lot more coldness in this one. Trump's literally just doing his verbatim stuff of praise, praise, praise. There's the gentlemen, the Saudis. There is no warmth here. I can't really even articulate what it is. It's really not what you're seeing that is happening, but what you're seeing that is not happening. You're not really seeing positive head movements. And when they are moving, it's stiff. They're not giving reassuring smiles. None of that is going on. So it seems like the relationship between Saudi and US has degraded.
We're very happy to be with you. Great honor. Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your warm welcome. We're trying to do our best for our country, Saudi Arabia, and it's a long journey. So we've, believe me, my people, Saudi people, did a lot in the past few years, and we need to do more. And with you, Mr. President, we did a lot of great achievement in the political side, security side, military side, and economical side, especially, been never done before. Right. So I believe that will contribute in our both country good for GDP growth, job creation, and more safety.
Again, even as he's speaking, the other side, there's no reassuring smiles. The head movements, they're stiff. Yeah, the relationship has gone cold.
I say, Ahmed, what is that thing you people do when you're about to assassinate an infidel?
Ah, you mean this?
Oh, John, yes, I love that.
Then go back, get your eyes into focus, and look at intense light. And you can go into it, and into it, and into it. Like you're falling down a funnel. And at the end of that funnel is this intense light. And go down, go in. It's the most thrilling experience. Then suddenly the guru wakes you up and says, what are you doing that for? Well, because I want realization. Why? Because we live in a world of, if we identify ourselves with the ego, we get into trouble, we suffer, we're in a mess. He says, are you afraid of that? Yes. So then, all that you're doing to practice yoga is based on fear. You're just escaping, you're running away. How do you think you can get realization through fear? Now, there's one to think about. So you think, well, now I've got to go on with my yoga practice, my concentrations, my exercises, but not for a fearful motive. And you know that guru, you know, he's watching you, and he's a very, very sensitive man, and he knows when you're doing, always knows what your motive is. So he puts you onto the kick of getting a pure motive. And that means very deep control of the emotions. I mustn't have impure thoughts.
Hey, Levi, are these your gloves on the ground, just so we know?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Those are Levi, we have to make sure. Okay, just make sure nobody goes into either of these rooms or touches any of this stuff. Hey, Levi, are these your gloves on the ground, just so we know?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Those are Levi, we have to make sure. Okay, just make sure nobody goes into either of these rooms or touches any of this stuff. Those are Levi, we have to make sure. Okay, just make sure nobody goes into either of these rooms or touches any of this stuff.
All right, so you go along and you manage to repress as many impure thoughts as possible, and then one day he asks you, why are you repressing these thoughts? What's your motive for trying to have a pure mind? And you find out that you had an impure motive for trying to have a pure mind. That you did it for the same old reason you started out the thing in the beginning, because you were afraid, because you wanted to get one up on the universe. And so eventually you find out, you see, that your mind is what is called in Sanskrit muda, which means crazy. Because it can only go in vicious circles. Everything it does to get out of a trap puts it more securely in the trap. Every step in the direction of liberation is a new tie-up. So that you started, you know, with molasses in one hand and feathers in the other. That was the original situation of man. The guru made you put them together, see, like that, and said, now pick the feathers off. And the more it is, the more of a mess the whole thing gets.
2017, 0:29 and 55 seconds.
911 emergency, Verdino 15951. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
Police, please.
And what's the address you need police to?
Las Vegas. The
Right.
shootings that's going on.
Right, sir. Where are you at?
I'm actually in a restaurant very close by to Mandalay Bay. My daughter's in a suite in Mandalay Bay right now, and she said she's heard noises in the vent system above her room. She's in the Vista Suite on floor 34 and is very, very scared at the moment. Wants to report it.
Okay. And are you on the phone with your daughter?
She's on texting to me now, yes.
Okay. And what, where in property is, like, what hotel is she in?
She's in Mandalay Bay. They're all locked in their rooms. She's on the 34th floor in the Vista Suite, and she can hear noises in the vent system above her room.
Okay. Do you know what room number that is?
I don't. It's floor 34, and I think it's 13 something, but it's a Vista Suite, so there's only one suite at the bottom end, so she's panicking a bit at the moment.
Okay. And is she in there alone, or is there anybody else in there?
No, there's my wife's in there, there's my other daughter in there, and there's a small child in there.
Okay, so there's 3 people inside the room?
Sorry?
There's 3 people inside the room?
Yeah.
Okay. Your first and last name, sir?
My name is Barry.
And Mr. callback phone number?
I've got a mobile phone with me, so it's...
Okay. All right, sir. We will update the information of where she's currently located, and then if you can just let her know to shelter in place, to try to stay calm, and an officer will come and let her know when it's safe to leave, okay?
Oh, okay. I think they're all locked in now. I think the hotel's on shut down anyway, but she's even knows she wants to report it, yes.
Okay. All right, sir. We'll get an officer out there to her, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Sunday, October 1, 2017, 23:56 and 46 seconds.
911 emergency, Holland 16085. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
This is for the police. I'm just calling. I called about this earlier. I'm almost positive, 2 of the shooters at the America's Value Inn.
Okay.
And they didn't have weapons out, but they had backpacks, and they were carrying heavy vests, like ballistic vests.
What's an address, sir?
I don't have the address there. It's America's Best Value Inn.
What's a cross street?
It's right behind Hooters.
Okay, so Tropicana and what?
I don't know, because I'm away from there now. I don't know. I'm not there right now.
Okay, so is it like Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard, or?
No, it's behind Hooters. There's a hotel you can look on the map. It's a motel, America's Best Value Inn.
Okay.
And it's right next to the Motel 6.
Okay.
And they were on the lower level.
Okay,
2
give me 1
males
second.
walking calmly in the other direction while everybody...
How long ago?
The last time I called was maybe 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Or maybe 40 minutes ago. But you're going to want to check this out, because those vests, I know those were not... carrying heavy vests.
America's Best Value Inn?
Yes.
Okay. No weapons in their hands?
No, not in their hands, just backpacks and, I'm assuming in there. And then they had ballistic vests. Middle Eastern, late 20s,
Okay, give
early
me 1
30s.
second. Hold on. They were both Middle Eastern?
Yep.
Okay. And they were all black clothing?
Not all black clothing. They look like they had on button-down shirts.
Okay.
And
Okay, so
black.
one of them, and you said 20s, correct?
They
what color?
They both look to be in their late 20s.
Okay. And what color shirt and pants was the first one wearing?
Kind of a checkered reddish shirt with, dark pants, blue or black.
Okay, with the vest on?
The vest, no, they were carrying it. They were holding it
Oh, okay.
draped over their arm. But
Okay.
I could tell the weight of it. I could, I know it. That was
Okay. And then the second
7 to
one?
10 pounds.
And the second one?
I don't remember what shirt, but also
Okay, give me one.
also slacks.
dark slacks.
He's saying about 20 minutes ago. Okay.
Yeah, maybe longer. I called it. I made another call. You can look if you can look it up by my number.
Okay,
That's
and so,
right
so the
after
second,
Tom.
so the second one is wearing what? Sorry.
Dark pants. I don't
pants?
remember the color of this shirt, but
Okay.
you know, kind of a button-down shirt.
Okay, and then same thing with this vest.
Yep, backpack
Okay.
and a vest.
Okay. Did either of them look drunk or high, or you don't know?
No, they didn't look high.
Okay.
They looked very calm,
Okay.
and we're moving in kind of the opposite direction of everybody leaving
Okay.
the concert.
And you said they were going opposite direction of when everybody else was running.
Yes.
Okay.
And they went straight to but we were running down the alley and away from that hotel.
Uh-huh.
They calmly walked to that hotel.
Okay. Did you see what apartment number they went into?
Ground floor, middle of the building.
Okay.
I didn't see that. And
Ground
somebody
floor?
opened the door for them and let them in.
Okay. And you didn't get the exact one?
Exact door? No, I did not.
And then after that, did they come out?
They were they were standing. They unloaded what they had, and they were just holding their backpacks still, but watching everybody,
Okay.
around them. And I think they knew that I was suspicious, and
Okay.
I went to a fireman. He seemed to have too much else on his plate.
Okay.
And there was somebody shot in the restaurant next to that,
Uh-huh.
because somebody ran out to tell the firemen
Okay.
we have someone wounded here.
All right. All right. Well, I have the call set up. What's your first and last name, sir, again?
Matt, M-A-T-T. Last name is.
And a callback number for you? Okay. All right. I have a call set up for officers to go out there, okay? If you see anything else suspicious, go ahead and let us know.
Yeah, will do. Thanks for your
Okay.
help.
Thank you.
Monday, October 2, 2017, 01:43 and 51 seconds.
911 emergency, Verdino 15951. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
Yes, I'm calling because of the shooting incident, and I'm at the Hooters hotel. We're on lockdown. I watched.
I'm sorry, sir, your phone cut out. I'm sorry, you said you're at the Hooters Hotel?
Yes, I am. I'm locked down here, but I watched the police chief give the update a few moments ago.
Okay.
And we have the TVs on here, and we were at the concert, and my friend and I both, as the shooting started, when we thought it was fireworks, we both observed flash coming out of two windows of the Mandalay Bay, and I hear the police chief saying they had one room where they took down the shooter, and they talk about the other lady that's missing they want to find. There were two windows with exact similar flashing white lights coming out of them like strobes at the same time this was happening.
Okay, so you witnessed two lights or two
I
windows?
witnessed two windows where the flashes were coming from. One from where I was sitting in the venue at the Harvest concert. We were sitting in the very back, where it would have been the northmost end of the concert space, and I could see the left wing of the Mandalay Bay up higher, and I heard him say the 32nd floor. That's where they took the guy out. But also on the right wing, down another 5 or 6 floors, there was another area where the light was flashing from, and I saw it first, then I saw the one higher up to the left second. My friend saw the exact same thing, and I hear him saying one shooter for sure. There were two windows with the exact same flashing light coming out of them when all that machine gun fire was happening.
Okay, you said it's approximately 5 floors lower than the other?
Say it again?
You said it was approximately 5 floors lower than the other window?
I'm estimating, because at the moment I wasn't realizing what it was. It might even have been a larger separation, but the wing is where I was sitting at the north end of this venue. The wing that would have faced more southeast, I guess, had the higher window, and the wing that was a little bit more northwest was a lower window.
And what
but
is
they
your
were still
first
both
and last
very
name,
high.
sir?
Say it again?
Your first and last name?
My name is Jeff.
And Mr. your callback phone number?
This is my cell phone number.
Is it?
Yes, it is. And we just keep watching all these videos sent in, and some of them capture that height of the building, but it's too hard to see on the TV if you can see the flashing or not.
Okay.
But they were both windows, distance apart from each other.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. for the information. I updated it in our call, and someone may contact you for further, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.